Just once. Good morning. It's a joy to welcome everyone to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Harford County. We acknowledge that our building is situated on the native lands of the Susquehannock people. We commit to moving beyond this acknowledgement to action that promotes greater understanding of Indigenous peoples' concerns and rights. I'm Elesa Johnson. My pronouns are she, her. Leading this service with me today is Valerie Green and Bess Hutt. She'll be sharing her music with us throughout the service.
We are so excited. We are so excited that all of you are here. Welcome. We have some visitors today. You are so welcome. You've been here before a long time ago. It's great that you're back with us today. And she made a comment, looks like you've grown a little bit, this congregation, since the last time she was here. And I said, yes, we have such a community of wonderful people. And these are the ones that aren't on vacation, right? It's packed when otherwise. But we are welcoming you, and also those that are on Zoom. We're glad to see you all. And if there's any first-time visitors on Zoom, you are welcome. This community gathers every Sunday to share in life's meaning and to grow in care and open our hearts and minds to the sacred truth known by many names. We gather in this community to restore the balance of our spirits and sort of escape what's going on in the outside world. Isn't it nice to have a place to come once a week with like-minded people, kind of escape all that? And we celebrate the joys of life and find the strength to meet our sorrows. And in the earliest meaning of the word worship, we consider the ideas that are worthy of our time and attention. Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition that values diversity and embraces the wisdom of all faiths. We use science, reason, and the gifts of the Spirit to explore life's mystery and meaning. In this tradition, we know people need not think alike to love alike. So whatever your heritage, however your history, and whomever you love, you are welcome here.
Now may the sound of the bell and the music of our prelude center us as we enter into a time of worship.
Promised land is in the palm of our hands, not confined by the lines drawn in the sand, buried in flesh, hidden in bone. The kingdom of heaven is embedded in the soul. In order to return and become whole, we must be humble, surrender ego, let go of the future and the past, with the light that shines right through the mask. Illuminate the path, draw the mind back. Illuminate the path, gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the path, draw the mind back. It's hidden in this moment, very right where you heaven is here. When the mind is clear, when the mind is clear, heaven is here. When the mind is clear, when the mind is clear, here's a love. I dissolve what I feel. I dissolve what I feel. When the mind is clear, our concentration draws it near. Lost in the desert, looking for oasis. Taste bliss takes our mind to Genesis. Exodus to the space, no nemesis. Fly into the sun like young Icarus. Born to the dust, rise like a phoenix does. To the gates of the kingdom so glorious. Marching forward into love like a warrior does. Return to the one and become victorious. Illuminate the path, draw the mind back. Illuminate the path, gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the path. on a map, gotta draw the mind back. Pull out of the trap, move back, retract, make direct contact. It's hidden in this moment, very right where you at. Lost in a strange land, caught up in this game plan. Trying to find my way back to the train station. Looking outside, but it's not a placement, it's a state of mind. Graceland. Heaven is here. When the mind is clear. 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 Heaven is here. When the mind is clear. 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 Into love. And dissolve my fear. And dissolve my fear. Into love. Gotta draw the mind back. Gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the path. Draw the mind back. Illuminate the path. Gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the path. Gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the path. Draw the mind back. It's hidden in this moment, buried right where you're at.
We light our chalice this morning to honor the divine spark within all of us. We light this candle joining together in community this morning. The sound Om is said to be the sound of the universe, the essence of our collective consciousness. When we sound Om together as a group, we come together not only with those present in the room with us, but also with all living beings. I invite you this morning to sound Om with me as we come together in community together. I invite you to place your hands over your heart center with your palms resting on your chest. We'll take a deep breath together and exhale on Om. Take a deep breath in. Now, please stay seated or rise as you would like as we sing hymn number 300 with heart and mind, led by our video.
Understood.
Now, please join me as we listen to our story for all ages, I Am Yoga by Susan Verde.
I Am Yoga by Susan Verde, art by Peter H. Reynolds. When I feel small in a world so big, when I wonder how I fit in, when the world is spinning so fast, I tell my wiggling body, be still. I tell my thinking mind, be quiet. I tell my racing breath, be slow. I close my eyes and make room in my mind, in my heart, to create and imagine. I am yoga. I can touch the sky. I am so tall. I can soar among the clouds. I am so free. I can sparkle with the stars. I shimmer and shine. I can dance with the moon. I light up the night. I can sail on the sea. I go with the flow. I can open my heart. I feel love. I can see far and wide. I am focused. I can turn things upside down. I am playful. I can stand up for me. I can stand up for others. I can stand up for peace. I can open like a flower. I am beautiful. I can carry beauty with me. I am full. I can say, I've had enough for today. I relax. I can rest. I am calm. Now the world is just the right speed. Now my world is just the right size. Now I see I fit in just fine. I am yoga. I can be anything.
That was certainly a story for all ages, don't you think? Not just kids. As we lean even more deeply into our mission as Unitarian Universalists, we renew our commitment as a community to respond out of deep care for one another. Now is the time to briefly share a joy, a sorrow, a gratitude, something you carry deeply within your heart this morning. If you're on site in the sanctuary, please come to the front and speak into the microphone while somebody lights a candle. I'll do that. If you're on Zoom, please use the chat function to share, and I'll read it. Olivia will read it out loud, those candles. A few reminders, this is not a time for announcements or politics. We save that for a coffee hour. Please say your first name, and please share from your heart and from your own experience. And be mindful not to share anyone else's experience unless you have their express permission to do so. Would anyone like to share? Those gathered here to support our mission of the congregation by offering financial contributions. This is a generous community, and every bit is welcome. With love in the center, members here care for one another and extend that care to a wider community through actions for equity and justice, which is, no matter how small, work towards the transformation of our world. This fellowship intentionally welcomes the pluralism of theological beliefs as members seek to learn and grow, acknowledging our interdependence as we help each other towards deeper understanding. Financial contributions allow this congregation to reach out to all who seek a life-affirming message of love and hope. If you're online, click the link in the Zoom chat to contribute. Here, we are going to pass a donation basket. Or you can use your device, your phone, to donate, to click on the donate link in uufhc.net. There are two links, one for pledges and one for general offerings. Whatever method of giving you choose, your generosity helps to grow a healthier, more joyful UU community, and keeping with our religious heritage to draw the circle of love and justice a little wider.
By the water's edge, the current running swift. She sat down for a minute, trying to catch her breath. And she said, why am I so alone? Why are we all so alone? The floods came and divided us long ago. Nobody knew how to swim, stranded on islands of their own. She said, I will no longer cling to this shore of isolation anymore. She just jumped on in the current, pulled and twisted, knocked on rocks and flipped and lifted, rolling through the rapids, feel like drowning, head is pounding, lights surrounded, starting to float, drifting with the current, learning not to control. There's no way out, but there's a way in. There's no way out, but there's a way inside. Out of sight, she had never seen the constellations burning so bright. New islands coming up over the horizon, find surprisingly not frightening. Heart and mind filled with excitement, spirits rising. All of the people rushed down to the shore, and they said, who is this child who's not afraid anymore? Oh, please come teach us, come and save us, free us from all that enslaves us. Show us how you learn to do this. Please, oh Master, help us through this. Oh, she just smiled and she said, my friend, I am not a savior. I would not try to pretend that this is some kind of miracle, but I know where to begin. You just got to jump in. You just got to jump in. There's no way out, but there's a way in. There's no way out, but there's a way inside. And sometimes you'll find yourself adrift, and sometimes you'll be adrift and find yourself. 'Cause you're it. You're it. You're it. 'Cause you're it. There's no way out, but there's a way in. You're it. There's no way out, but there's a way in. You're it. There's no way out, but there's a way in. You're it. There's no way out, but there's a way in. You're it. There's no way out, but there's a way in.
So there I was, sitting on the floor of my cherished yoga studio during the first weekend of yoga teacher training. It was the first step along a path that I had been drawn to for many years. I was surrounded by my classmates and teachers in comfy clothes, sitting on mats and bolsters, getting to know each other through discussion and questions. The current question at hand was, is yoga a religion? People began to throw out opinions. Yes, because yoga can be spiritually based. No, because you don't have to believe the same thing. Yes, because there is underlying yoga philosophy and ethical practices. No, because you can just do it for exercise. You don't have to practice the ethical values to come to a yoga class. My mind began to swim, and I felt a little deja vu. When I first encountered Unitarian Universalism, I had a similar discussion with myself. How can this really be a religion? How can it work? I quickly figured out that it can work, and just like Unitarian Universalism, yoga has ethical practices and principles, but no dogma. There are many philosophical teachings in yoga, but also like Unitarian Universalism, you don't have to believe in the same one as your neighbor or any at all to practice. This question of, is yoga a religion, stuck with me. And so I took a look a little deeper into what I was learning about the history of yoga to attempt to more deeply answer this question for myself. Was yoga my religion? Since humans have had consciousness, we have developed ways to deal with our consciousness, to explain the world around us and the world within us. The mystics of over 5,000 years ago tapped into the energy of our subtle bodies and were one of the feeding points of many of today's modern religions and sacred practices. Yoga and, say, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity are all paths to enlightenment, peace, freedom, disentanglement from our earthly bodies, paths inward, paths to understanding life's biggest questions. No matter what your beliefs or which way you've decided to explain your consciousness or deal with your consciousness, there are many paths to follow to get to a similar end. So with that logic of thinking, sure, yoga could be a religion, right? The first mentions of yoga are found in early Indian history. The Vatras, holy men of the Vedic period, began to bring their spiritual practices to everyday household life through the esoteric teachings of the Upanishads. In the Upanishads, we learn about yoga not by directions on how to gain flexibility or which postures to perform, but as mind yoga. The Upanishads say, since one joins or unites in many ways, the breath, the om, the all, it is known as yoga. Since it is the oneness of breath and mind and senses too, the reunification of all becoming is called yoga. The Upanishads also speak directly to the effects of yoga practice. By the practice of yoga, one achieves contentment, endurance of the pairs of opposites, and peacefulness. The teachings of the Upanishads grew into the Hindu school of thought known as Sankhya, attributed to the Vedic sage Kapila. Kapila expressed the definition of yoga clearly in the Katha. When the five senses are still, when the mind is still, when the intellect is still, that is called the highest state by the wise. They say yoga is the complete stillness in which one enters the unitive state, never to become separate again. If one is not established in the state, the sense of unity will come and go. This definition and teachings of Kapila grew into the philosophical basis of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Most modern yogis turn to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali as their playbook for yoga philosophy. Like many ancient texts, it's unclear if the sutras were written by one person or many contributors. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali cover everything from a definition to yoga to the supernatural powers a practitioner could achieve with yoga practice. Most practically for today's yogi, the sutras outline the eight-limbed path of yoga, or Ashtanga yoga. The eight-limbed path is explained in Sutra 2.28. By the practice of the limbs of yoga, the impurities dwindle away and there dawns the light of wisdom, leading to discriminative discernment. The eight-limbed path that Patanjali sets out for us is a guide for living. By moving along the path, a practitioner moves towards samadhi, a complete liberation, the unity of the soul and the infinite consciousness. The ego and the seed of the ego is gone. The path begins with the yamas, practices for ethical living, and the niyamas, 5 principles for healthy living. Then one moves to practicing asanas or postures, pranayama or breath control, pratyahara, the turning inward, dharana or fixed meditation, and finally reaching samadhi, liberation. It is within this path that I and many other modern practitioners find a framework for spiritual practice and guidance for living. Within this eight-limb path, I find so many parallels to the UU values and teachings, a set of ethical values and a path for self-study. The ethical practices of the yamas fit right in with living the UU values. Through the yamas, we are called to practice ahimsa, or nonviolence, satya, truthfulness, asteya, non-stealing, brahmahara, non-excessiveness, and aparigraha, non-possessiveness. While the observances of the niyamas speak to the UU's ideas of self-exploration and formation of beliefs with deep consideration of many sources. Through the niyamas, we display saucha, purity, santosha, contentment, tapas, or self-discipline, svadhyaya, self-study, and ishvar pradhan, surrender. You can easily see the similarities between the yamas and the niyamas and our UU values of justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. The yamas and niyamas serve as yoga's ethical values and part of a framework for living, just as UU values are the basis of our faith and right living. Most of the internet has clearly defined yoga as a spiritual practice, not a religion. Maybe it's just my why not tendencies or my loosey-goosey definition of religion, but I disagree. For me, yoga is a religion. For me, it does indeed even fit the Merriam-Webster definition, a personal set or institutionalized system of religious attitudes, beliefs, and practices. But it doesn't have to for you. Yoga is just one path. You get to decide your path on your own. I now invite you to participate with me as I guide you through 3 yoga practices: the breath, the movement, and meditation. breath. Breath is the tool to travel inward. Just by breathing, we practice yoga. Pranayama is focused breath practice and can come in many forms with many purposes, including building heat, increasing concentration, and cleansing. Today, we will practice Durga breath. It's a 3-part breath that promotes deep relaxation. So to begin, find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Let your feet settle down into the earth beneath you. Rest your arms and hands on your lap as comfortable to you. If it's comfortable for you, close down your eyes or find a soft gaze. Begin by taking a deep inhale, open mouth exhale, let it all go. Inhale, let your belly fill with air. Exhale everything out. Inhale, fill your belly, expand your ribs. Exhale, ribs, belly. Inhale, fill your belly, expand your ribs. Send your breath into your heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. Inhale, expand your belly, open your ribs, send your breath into your chest and heart. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Continue to breathe this Durga breath or return to your normal breathing pattern as Beth continues to bless us with her sound. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or a soft gaze as you'd like. Asana is the posture practice of yoga, the bendy, stretchy part. But really, it is the link between breath, mind, and body through movement. In Sanskrit, asana means to place in a certain way. And in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, we are told that asana is completed so our bodies can sit in meditation more comfortably. That's the only reason, to prepare our physical body for seated meditation. As we move through our asana practice this morning, know that my offerings are a guide to you. You do what feels right in your body this morning. If it doesn't feel good, for example, to reach your arms over your head, don't do it. This is your practice. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Let your arms rest down beside you, your hands resting on your thighs as comfortable. Take a deep inhale, full exhale. Inhale, seated cow, arch your back, send your chest to the front of the room, send your gaze to the sky. Exhale, seated cat, dome and round your back, send your gaze to your belly button. Inhale, cow, arch, send your gaze to the sky. Exhale, cat, dome and round your back, send your gaze to your belly button. Inhale, cow, open up. Exhale, cat, dome and round, close off your shoulders. Inhale, sit tall, sweep your arms high as you'd like. Exhale, side bend. Let your right arm come to your right side. Reach your left arm up and over your head. Breathe into the opening of your left side body. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, sit tall, sweep your arms high. Exhale, side bend to your left. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Breathe into the opening of your right side body. Inhale, sit tall, sweep your arms high. Exhale, seated twist. Place your left hand to your right knee. Twist your chest towards the right side of the room. Notice a gentle twist through your back. Easy inhale. Easy exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms high, sit forward. Exhale, twist towards the left side of the room. Rest your right hand along your left leg. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your palms together. Let your thumbs rest on your chest. Full inhale. Full exhale. Allow your hands to rest on your lap or your thighs as comfortable to you. Continue to breathe and notice your breath. Pratyahara is the practice of turning inward. It is not about emptying your mind, but noticing and moving past. As you sit, feel the sensations of your body. Notice the sounds around you, the feelings, the temperature of the room. Notice your thoughts, any expectations that are present. Allow them to come and go, to rise and fall like waves of the ocean. Be aware of the waves and rest seated in the midst of them. Allow yourself to become more and more still. In the center of these waves, feel your breath. Let your attention go to the in and out breathing wherever you notice it. Maybe as coolness or tingling in your nose. Maybe the rising and falling of your chest or belly. Relax and softly rest your attention on each breath. Let all other sounds and sensations, thoughts and feelings continue to come and go like waves in the background. Notice your feet. Notice your calves and lower leg. Noticing your knees and thighs, your hips and low back. Notice your chest and belly, your shoulders, your elbows, forearms, hands. Notice your neck. Notice your jaw, your face, your forehead. Notice the crown of your head. Notice any sensations you feel. No judgment, no right, no wrong. Continue to follow your breath in and out, letting any thoughts come up and flow past. Begin to bring your attention back to the room around you. Bring small movements into your fingers and toes. Rock your head from side to side. Flutter open your eyes. Begin to reawaken to the day around you. Take a deep inhale, all is one. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. This morning's benediction is the Mangala mantra. In the Ashtanga yoga practice, this is said at the closing of practice. The Mangala mantra is a prayer for peace found in the Rig Veda. I will read a translation of the Sanskrit for our benediction, and the postlude is the mantra chanted. May the leaders of the earth keep the path of virtue in order to protect in every way the welfare of all. May there be goodness for those who know the earth to be sacred, and may all people be forever blessed. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let's do that.
This is a Sanskrit mantra that is
now join us in extinguishing the chalice. The words are found in your order of service. Now we extinguish the flame, but not the truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into all the world.
Anybody want to join me and say, wow? Wow. Wow, yes, yes. What a treasure we have with Elesa and Beth in this congregation. So as far as announcements go, if you're ready for any of those, if you're ready for announcements, I think I should make an announcement that we're going to make an announcement soon about a yoga class here at, are we going to do that? Maybe so. Hazel has an announcement. Cindy has an announcement. Jen has an announcement. We'll save Jen to last, and Bess.
On? Is it on now? Yep, thank you. So Larry and I spent 2 weeks at Chautauqua Institution. Some of you have heard of it, some of you have never heard of it. And we're very keen on that place. And we brought back the daily newspapers. If you would like to know more about it, it's near Jamestown, New York, it's the western part of New York. And while I was there, we go to the Unitarian Universalist service there each Sunday, and there's this crazy woman named Carolyn Rizzoli who talked me into bringing back 2,000 postcards to write last summer. Some of you may remember that because you wrote postcards. And this year, she didn't even have to talk me into it. I knew that we could do it again. So I brought back 2,000 more postcards. She's passing out 25,000 of them at Chautauqua this summer. And they are able to document, the postcards look like this, little packets, and they have been able to document the effect that these postcards have made. We sent them to North Carolina, and they found that more people voted last year than had in the past, actually 8.2%. They do a great survey with that. This year we're sending them to Virginia. There's a real move there to disenfranchise voters by taking them off the rolls or by changing their voting area. They're moving things around. You probably heard about Texas working on this just this week. And so after the service, we're going to set up a couple of tables over there, and you all can sit down and write some postcards, or if you want, you can just take a packet, which is self-explanatory. I only have 600 with me today, but I'm hoping that I won't have to take any of them home. So if this is something you've been thinking, what can I do? What can this one little person do? You could send out 20 postcards just saying, please don't forget to vote. It's totally nonpartisan. The organization that sponsors it is called the Center for Common Ground. So thanks for listening.
I'm Cindy. This is a quickie. We've set the date for the next flea market, August 23rd. If you have any questions, see me after service.
Hello, Friends of the Forest. So my announcement is that this is the last day for a week that UUFHC will be UUFHC, because after y'all leave here today, it will be transformed into our summer camp environment where we call it UFA, the Unitarian University of Fantastical Arts. So if anyone has nothing to do this afternoon and would just love to hang out with the coolest people around, feel free to hang out and remain, and we will happily put you to work hanging decorations and moving chairs. So, you know, if you have a moment and you feel like it, help us make the magic, and we'd be very appreciative. So thank you so much.
And quick follow-up on that, the typical monthly restorative sound bath that I host on the second Fridays of the month is going to be on Saturday this week, after we have transformed back into UUFHC from the Unitarian Universalist, what is that, Academy of Fabulous Arts. So they will be cleaning the building on Friday evening, and we are going to stay away from all of that. So if you're interested, there is space that is this Saturday evening, August 9th, from 7 to 8:15 p.m. Registration is required. It is free. I do accept donations if you'd like, but it's not required. Registration is, though, because they fill up. I move all the chairs, and I can fit 20 people on the floor or in chairs. So reach out if you'd like to attend. Thank you.
Thank you, Bess. And thank you all for being here today. We really, really were glad that you all, each and every one of you, were here, and the people on Zoom. So join us and stay around for coffee and cookies and good